Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin from Florals.com, and today I am starting a brand new series on this channel, and it's called Paper Pads 6x6 Fix. So this one's focusing all on using your 6x6 paper pads in fun ways. Today's paper pad that I'm featuring is the Pink Paisley Citrus Bliss collection, and right now I'm going to pull out 4 different papers that I want to use from that paper pad, and then I'll show you the technique for this layout. This is a photo of my dog from this past summer, and he was just laying on the deck and he looked so cute, and I wanted to scrapbook it with these fun colors. So I have all 4 of my colors picked out, and now I'm picking a pattern for them to go in. So once you have your pattern down of like what order you want them to appear in, you're going to cut each of them into 2-inch strips, so you have 3 strips for each paper. So there'll be 2x6 strips. And then we're going to do a fringe technique on them. So just grab your scissors or your fringe scissors if you happen to have some, and start making slits. It doesn't matter how far you put them up as long as you don't cut all the way through, since we will be layering these. They'll cover up any uneven lines. So I'm going to do that for all of them and not make you wait. And then once that's done, I have them all glued down now. So it almost looks like a piñata, because that's how piñatas go as well. And I just think this is a great way to add a bold element to your layouts. And if you don't want it to take up half your page, or if you're doing a smaller size layout, like 8.5 by 11, you can easily cut down the strips to be only 3 inches wide, or however wide you want them to be. Now I'm layering my photo on another piece of paper from this collection. And I also pulled out a freckled fawn square doily to layer behind my photo. Now the problem with this layout that I address on the blog post as well is that it's very right side heavy, and it's hard to balance it out. But I don't think that every layout has to be balanced. And right now I'm just playing with embellishments, but I don't end up using these ones in particular. But I don't think every layout has to be perfectly balanced to give an effect. I mean, it's just for memory keeping purposes, not just a grade or anything like that, so it's okay that it's heavy on one side and not as heavy on the other. As for gluing down the frilled strips there, I overlapped them about 1 inch, so I had 12 strips in total to lay down, so each would appear about 1 inch surface area. But as you can see, they're not really even either, which I also kind of like, so it's up to you. You can measure it out if you want them layered perfectly, or you can eyeball it like I did. And it's also hard to pick up on the fringe texture on the video here, but I promise it's there. All of them are cut. And I just use normal scissors. You don't need fringe scissors for this, although I know they're out there and a lot of people have them, so this is a great way to use that tool as well as using up some 6x6 papers. So embellishing was really hard on this layout. Of course, there's a few like cut apart sheets in the paper pad, but I only use those towards the end. I look at all my Elle Studio things. I do end up using one thing from Elle Studio that you'll see in a second. And it's from when I won their May kit on their Instagram page, and it had all of the colors of like the Citrus Bliss collection in it, and it's a diagonal stripe. It's this card. And I think that really, it pulls in a purple too that I don't have, but I think since there's the orange, the green, and the pink, it really works well with the right side of the layout. Another problem I had with this layout is that a lot of my embellishments are cream based, and I know that doesn't bother some people, but sometimes it does bother me, especially on this one where there is so much extra white. So I really wanted to stick with things that were white based, so it would match the background paper. I also really wanted to use some washi tape on this layout, but I just couldn't find one that really matched the color scheme. I almost used this cute one that I showed in my most recent haul, and it's little mason jars, but I couldn't get it to work, even though I do cut it down. I still kept it. It's over on my desk, but I'll try to use it on a different layout. So now I'm just going to layer all my pieces together and glue down my main photo, because I know where I want that to go, and I'm going to build everything else around that. And I will end up using that little piece that says love on the left hand side just doesn't end up working since it is a transparency. Then I'm pulling out some pretty little studio tabs, and I find this yellow one that kind of matches the papers in the collection, so I tuck that under the left-hand side so I can write my date somewhere. And then I'll go into my embellishments, some more of my new embellishments, which I realize are also cream-based, so they don't really work well, and I'll put all those back. But I do end up pulling out some Pebbles chips that work out beautifully. They're summer themed, which goes along with the title and the theme of the layout itself. So I thought that was a good idea to use those. I believe they're called Fun in the Sun, maybe, is the collection they're from. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's one of their chips packs. And I really like them because they're relatively cheap and you get a lot of pieces. So I'm just going to pull out some of those pieces here. And the colors matched beautifully, like that popsicle stick and then the soda that I pull out, which have nothing to do with my dog, but it emulates the feeling of summer, so that's why I decided to use them on this layout. And then I play with the placement of those as well for quite a while because I want it to be perfect. And yeah, so I'll be moving those around and then I'll finally decide where I want to put them. And I'll actually be putting the one that's on the busier side of the layout on some foam so it stands out a little bit more and doesn't fade in exactly. I mean, it kind of fades in either way, but if I put some fun foam on the back, it will fade in a lot less. So I'm just trying to cut that down to size, and then I'll stick it over there. At this point in the layout, I still don't have a title decided. I knew I wanted to say something about summer. I wasn't 100% sure if I had any alphabets to match this layout as well, so that was another concern. But I got the punch apart sheet from the 6x6 paper pad and used my 1-inch punch to cut out some of the circles. So one says "You are my sunshine," and I stick that next to the soda bottle. And then there's another one at the top left that's with a chipboard banner from Bo Bunny. It's also a pretty yellow. And I'm going to put the title up there actually. And it's just going to say Summer Pup. And it's in these cute EK Success Sticko puffy stickers. And I tried to use colors that went with the layout, and it kind of worked, kind of didn't. Not sure if I liked the title still. But that's pretty much it for this layout. I have some splatters there at the end with my Heidi Swap Color Shine. But other than that, that pretty much sums this layout up. I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. Be sure to stay tuned for photos at the end. And also be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this new video series idea, please let me know so I know you'll want more videos of it. I have a lot of ideas to share, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one and look forward to the next one. Thanks for stopping by.